I'm doing a live thing right now. You enjoying?
Let me say something. Jenny's gonna be cleaning here on Mommy's birthday.
I think I'm live. I'm trying to pull up your guys' comments here. I can't see it yet. Where is it at? I don't have the link. Oh, wait. Do I have it? There we go. All right. Cool. I'm live. Stop the time. All right. There it is. There's your comments. What's up, guys? Caesar or Cesar. Susie Baker. What's up, Susie? Michael Weisenauer. Kevin Jones. Kick-ass Keto. Kick-ass Keto. What's up? How's your friend doing? Your friend is coming. Is your friend enjoying the cookbook? Greg Linewski. Steve Fox. Billy Cacho. Frederick John Tang. What's up, everyone? Where's everyone at? Big Boos says, we got you, me and my twin brother. Right on, man. We got twins kicking it. Janine G. Gina Jones says, Tristan, love the book. Thank you. Kick-ass Keto says, my friend who you gave me your book to help. She's doing great. Wow. That's so cool. That's so awesome. And then she gets to pass on all that good energy too that you shared with her, right? You're the one who started this whole thing, Kick-ass Keto. Kick-ass Keto came on and said, amaze. Why do people say amaze balls? Where does that come from? Thank you for telling us that the muffins are amaze balls, but I don't like that word. It's just so gross. Let's be more scientific. Let's say they're amaze testes. North Carolina. What's up, Janae? Oh, sweet. Greg Linewski says, I made the macadamia nut butter last night. It blew my mind. Crazy, right? Now check this out. Put some garlic in that macadamia nut butter. Take roasted garlic. You roast the garlic in the oven. Amazeballs comes from South Park, says Greg. It would probably come from South Park. You must read it in Cartman's voice. All right. Anyways, macadamia nut butter. The recipe for the macadamia nut butter is actually in the Ketogenic Edge cookbook, which is the book that several people have been talking about. Gina mentioned it. Kick-ass Keto mentioned it. Mentioned that her friend, who she hooked up with the book, through me. I hooked her up with the book, and then she hooked her friend up with the book. It just started this crazy chain reaction, and she's loving it. Greg Linewski says, garlic, I'm in. Yeah, right. Roasted garlic, I'm in. Jessica says, add thyme, which is the greatest commodity we have today. Clever pun. So yeah, take roasted garlic and thyme and roast the garlic in thyme and make that macadamia nut butter. The recipe for the nut butters are actually in the Ketogenic Edge cookbook, which you can get exclusively at primaledgehealth.com. Mac and Stood. What are you talking about? What do you mean you're stressed out? What are you stressed out about? Don't bring that over here. Don't put that hurt on me. All right. What's up, everyone? So Kick-ass Keto, your friend's doing good. What's up with your friend? How's she doing? Remember, Kick-ass Keto was talking about, she had a friend who had an eating disorder, very disordered eating, had trouble maintaining weight, very, very small, and just, trouble with eating in general. And I was like, well, what do you do about someone like that? And And of course, there's a million different reasons that somebody would have disordered eating, right? I mean, it usually comes down to the traumatic experiences that we have, and we start using food as a drug, like as an opiate, or just to comfort ourselves. But I told her, why don't you just give her a copy of the cookbook and show her how to cook, invite her over to your house, prepare delicious nutrient-dense foods for her, with her, include her in it, and just help reinforce a nourishing atmosphere around the food. And Kick-Ass Keto was like, yeah, that sounds awesome. And then the next time I talked to Kick-Ass Keto says it was working and her friend was loving it. But it's like sometimes that's all we need is just, sit down with somebody and actually create a nice atmosphere around the food or around whatever it is that needs to happen, whether it's a conversation or a pulling apart in a relationship. It's like sometimes we just need to sit down and have a measured, honest conversation about the healing process that needs to take place between us or in us. And we can really facilitate a lot without just, preaching at somebody, hey, you got to do this diet, you're sick or you're fat or you're overweight, you're underweight, you need to eat healthy, do this. That doesn't work. I mean, especially with people who were traumatized into that state, traumatized into these eating disorders. We have to create, it has to be different. We can't just slam people with information, expect them to change. It doesn't work like that. It never works like that. You can't be the Westboro Baptist vegans out there, screaming at everybody that they need to eat the vegan diet or they're going to die or they're bad or this and that. Go ahead and do something, Mariana. Go do something. Enjoy yourself. No, downstairs. Go downstairs because you don't just sit here and stare at the computer while I'm working. That's fine. You can listen, but go downstairs. Okay? Ari, listen. Thank you. So the screen turns on and kids' eyes just glue to it. It's like crack the screen, no matter what's on it. It could be a blank screen. People just stare at it. Weaponized technology, guys. Get your kids outside. Kevin Jones in California. What's up, man? Says California equals hella. Oh, you're not in California, are you? All right. But anyways, yeah, Greg Lanuski, that recipe for the nut butter, the macadamia nut butter is really good. And you can make it at home super easily. Whereas if you go to purchase these nut butters, they're super expensive most of the time. Yeah, take roasted garlic, mix it in with that recipe. There's 1,000 different variations you could do on all of these recipes. You can mix and match these techniques, but mixing in roasted garlic with that macadamia nut butter when you're making it, and the recipe is available in the Ketogenic Edge cookbook, a training manual for low carb, ketogenic, and paleo cuisine. It's a training manual. It's not just a list of recipes. It's not just keto's real popular right now. Let's rip off everyone's recipes, put it out there. No, this is our book. This is nutrient dense, whole foods based recipes, tried and true, tested on our lovely daughter who's tucking her animals in and is so kindly turned away from the television, computer, or whatever, because her neurotic daddy doesn't like her staring at it all day. Seth Mark, what's up, man? He says, should I be concerned with uric acid from organ meats? No. What uric acid in organ meat? Are you talking about uric acid in kidneys? There isn't a high level of uric acid necessarily in all organ meats. Now, when you're preparing kidney, which not my favorite organ meat. And if you check out the Ketogenic Edge cookbook, there's a whole section on how to properly prepare and make delicious organ meats. I like liver. That's my favorite. And heart. Oh, mi corazón. Me gusta mucho. Heart and liver are so good. As far as like uric acid, I'm not sure what you're talking about there, man. If you're eating kidney, there can be an ammonia smell, but you treat them in a specific way and you prepare in a specific way to where that ammonia smell gets removed. Again, I don't really like kidney, but I love me some organ meats. There's ways to prepare liver and heart can be so, so good. And I talk about this one recipe like all the time. What's up, Ryder? I talk about Mama's Best meatballs all the time because they're amazing and I eat them all the time. It's like, this is why we made this book, to share with you guys. So Mama's Best meatballs, if you take half heart and mix it in there, you could even do, now this is a kind of an advanced technique because when you grind up liver, it's like goo. But You can grind up liver and mix that in with the meat as well and kind of supercharge. Sure, I'm framed up right here on the camera. Make sure. So yeah, if you mix those up really well, you make mama's best meatballs with a little bit of organ meats added in there. It could be so good. Tony Villa Gomez says, is there any relationship between dairy and candida? My wife thinks when she eats dairy, her candida worsens. Yeah, totally. I mean, well, it depends what dairy you're even talking about, right? I mean, you're talking about heavy whipping cream, or are you talking about milk? So, I mean, yeah, I mean, look, candida is a highly adaptable fungus. It can grow and live off of many different things, including fatty acids. Pretty dang sure it's been shown that candida can feed on ketones. I'm trying to freak anyone out there. Don't go start Google doctoring yourself about candida unless you want to go crazy. But yeah, unfortunately, dairy can definitely affect people with candida issues. Vanessa DiMatteo says, thank you for the cookbook again. Says, hey, I'm Bad News Fairy's friend. I was the one who was starving herself, and now I'm eating again, and I'm scared to gain weight. Thank you for the cookbook again. I've also had my gallbladder out and have stomach issues. For sure. Right on. Hey, thanks for coming on, Vanessa. Thanks for being so forthcoming and for being so honest. You know, I mean, look, food is nourishment. We need food. We need food to make our physical vessel. You know, and these things can be deep-seated, these phobias, these fears around food, these wounds that are inside. I mean, shoot, you know, I wish I could just reach out, push a button, boop, fixed, right? I wish I could do that, but it's like, that's not up to me, right? All I can do is just try and help and try and offer some advice, but you're not starving yourself anymore. You're eating again, but you're scared to gain weight. You were just starving yourself. You need to gain weight. I hope you understand. It's like you got to gain weight. Why are you afraid to gain weight? Where does the fear come from? When did it start? We got to look deeper at these things and deeper at these little triggers that are pulling us into these unrealities, these illusions of, oh, if I gain weight, I'm going to have no self-worth. Or if I gain weight, my mother or father won't accept me, or this or that. We've got to really look at the situation. And Vanessa, thank you so much for enjoying the book. Eat, feed yourself, nourish yourself. That food is nourishment, you know. Sit down with friends and family. Take some deep breaths through your nose. And relax and get in that parasympathetic state before you eat. Here's another thing you can do, Vanessa. Every day when you wake up, start a gratitude journal right when you wake up. You can drink water or whatever, take a piss, take a shit if you got to. But then write down 3 things you're grateful for. 3 things. The first thing should be non-physical. Hopefully something a little bit more transcendent than the physical. The second thing would be something physical. And for you, I would suggest doing something to do with rearranging your relationship with food, something you're grateful for this day, right? Hey, I'm grateful that I'm hungry and that my fear of eating is starting to recede. And when I do feel that fear of eating, I know that it was harmful in the past and it doesn't suit me anymore, that this habit isn't protecting me from the illusion of whatever it was that I thought was attacking me before that I use this to comfort me with. You know, I mean, it's something like that, something to do with your eating habits. And the third one, something to just do with your day to day, right? Like, what am I doing today? Do I have work? Find something you're grateful for concerning your day and what's ahead of you. And with each one of these things that you find something you're grateful for, write down how you're going to actualize that, how you're going to pay it forward. So if you're grateful that your fear and your fear of food, your fear of gaining weight is starting to recede, if you're grateful for that, what's the next step? Rather than just being grateful, right? Thanking God that we've been given work even harder today. I'm going to focus before my meals, and I'm going to sit down and take 10 deep breaths and focus on what's around me. I'm going to listen to the sounds around me. I'm going to feel the air on my face, on my hands. I'm going to smell the room. And I'm going to connect with the moment. I'm going to be grateful for my food, and it's going to nourish me, and I'm going to eat it. So use this practice. Write down these 3 things first thing in the morning, and then before you eat, review them. Sit down with that gratitude journal and do it again if you need to. 3 more things you're grateful for. It's a really good practice. That can be real helpful. Vanessa, you got to gain weight, though. We can't starve yourself for so long. You got to gain weight. It's healthy. It's happy. I mean, if you want to be, it's healthy, it's happy. That doesn't even make any sense. You want to be healthy. You want to live. We can't starve ourselves. We have to be at a healthy weight. And your friend reached out to you. Your friend reached out her hand and wanted to help you out, invited you into her home to nourish you and help nourish you through this time. So you could be grateful for that, right? There's something real big at play. There's a lot bigger at play here than just some goofball on YouTube talking about his wife's cookbook. All right, so enjoy, Vanessa. It's your life. It's your body. It's time to take it back, all right? Vic Balls, what's up, Vic Balls? Donnie Macy, what's up? How does one bulk without carbs? Good question. You eat proteins and fats, all right? Proteins and fats. You're going to be in a surplus. That energy surplus will come from the fats. Probably want to increase your protein a little bit. So if you were doing 0.8 grams per pound of your lean body mass before, maybe you're going to want to do 0.8 grams per pound of your desired lean body mass, meaning like add 10 to 20 grams of protein a day, a little more anabolic punch, a little more insulin release on that meal for that anabolism, which is important for growing. You need the protein, and fat's going to be the energy source. So keep your carbs the same if you want to maintain keto, not do bulking without carbs. Increase your fats, right? So you might want to start just with maybe 2 to 3 tablespoons more fat a day, just to keep it simple. I don't know what your weight is, where you're going, what your metabolism's like, what your exact situation is, but you're going to increase the calories from fats, and you're going to want to jump out that protein a bit as well to support the building of more lean muscle mass when you're trying to gain weight on keto. Anonymous Mischief. Hey, Tristan, you all right? Yeah, I'm all right. Is Jessica going to have a recipe for raspberry jam in her new book? Have been craving it. Trying to make it with stevia and erythritol. Can't figure out the right measurements. You got a jam recipe, my love?
Yeah.
She does. We don't have to give the exact recipe, babe. You can give some tips if you want. So as far as like stevia and erythritol, stevia, probably going to give it a little bit of a funky funk aftertaste. I would recommend, even rather than erythritol, what we use is a product called Lakanto, and it's erythritol mixed with monk fruit extract. Doesn't raise blood sugar, is very, very tasty, and can be substituted 1-to-1 for normal sugar. What I would recommend is using that product rather than just straight erythritol or stevia. That monk fruit extract adds a nice little tinge to it that's really, really special. So try out Lakanto. And actually, we've got a coupon. If you go to lakanto.com, that's LAKNTO.com, you can get a discount. How much of a discount?
I believe it's 20%.
Whoa, that's big.
Pretty generous.
All right. If it's really 20%, that's ridiculous. I'm going to buy a bunch for ourselves, too. If it's really 20%, we're buying a bunch, too. But use the coupon code Primal Edge Health. Primal Edge Health. Is that
one word?
One word. Lowercase, one word. Primal Edge Health on lakanto.com. Try that sweetener. It's super, super good. We're going to put some affiliate links in the new book coming out, The Ultimate Guide to Low Carb Baking. Should we just announce it? Let's do it like we did before. Okay, it's coming out next week. Woo! Boom. Big announcement. Yeah, it's been a hard day for her and for
I've been up since 3.
See that smile? That's a delirium smile. Something we call Marshmallow Land. So, Ryder, what's up? Why don't you sleep?
Because he has 2 teeth coming in.
Can we see?
The 2 big ones.
Where's them teeth?
The top. Yeah.
It's the 2 out right there.
Yep.
He's growing teeth. What's up, Ario? Okay. So yeah, The Ultimate Guide to Low Carb Baking. We're putting it out next week. We're probably not going to do like a crazy like marketing stint before it comes out. Like we're just going to maybe put out some videos if we have time to make them or sanity to make them next week. And yeah, that's how we roll. We don't force content if it's not inspired. We don't force content if it's not going to be good or real. And
there is a 3-berry jam in that book. I just remembered. I was coming up here to talk about this I read last week, which takes very, very simple. You take frozen berries and warm them up in a saucepan, mash them so they get juicy, and then you add some chia seed in there. I didn't use any sweetener. I just used like warmed mashed berries with chia, and then you mix it up and leave it to sit for a little bit, and it becomes this jelly, like seedy jam, and then you can sweeten it as much as you like.
There you go. So a little sneak peek of a recipe from the Ultimate Guide to Low Carb Baking. Actually, most of the recipes that we use as sweetener, we use Lakanto in this book. They make a golden version, which kind of tastes like brown sugar. Really good. And then
Cool.
the plain version. But yeah, legit. Oh, wow, that's cool. What's that? This is the only use for wheat that we have in our house.
Our kids' handprints. It's salt dough that I made, and you bake it at a really low temperature.
What's up with Ryder? Why does Ryder have 6 fingers? Little Nephilim baby.
There's 5 fingers.
Little
It does look like 6.
Ryder is officially a 6-fingered Nephilim baby.
All right,
He's got 2 rows of teeth, folks.
I'm gonna put a ribbon on it.
His skull will fit over mine when he's an adult. All right. So yeah, there you go. Unexpected announcement. That really boosted the mood of this hangout for me. Now I feel a little bit lighter. It's like, okay, we've kind of taken a load off too, because at first we were talking about, well, should we do some sort of a marketing thing before it comes out, which we didn't do for the other book. We don't really do. I don't know if we took marketing seriously. Gina Jones says, tried Lakanto because of you. So good.
Yeah, it is.
No, there's no pre-order, guys, but we're gonna release it next Friday. Sorry, there's not gonna be a pre-order. Yeah, Lakanto's really good. It's done, right? We're done editing, right, babe? Oh no.
Well, there's just one.
Stress response.
Like a little bit better.
All right, we got a little bit of editing to do before we throw it out there. But I want to give some advanced copies to a few people that we know too. But anyways, this is exciting, guys. The Ultimate Guide to Low Carb Baking is coming out. Over 1.5 years in the making as well. Freaking awesome book. No, it's 1 year in the making, actually. 1 year for this one.
Yeah.
The other one was over 1.5 years. But it's going to be rad. Gina Jones says, try Lakanto because he's so good. Yeah, totally. I agree. Lakanto is really legit. Anonymous Mischief says, ha ha ha, awesome. Thanks for the recipe, tips, and discount coupon. Ryder equals too cute. Looking forward to the book and 3 berry jam. Love. Teapot. What up, Teapot? Okay. Teapot says, bought the training manual / cookbook. Thank you, Jessica. A lot of great info and recipes. And thank you, Tristan, for your advice. I'm thankful that I found Primal Edge Health. Well, thank you. We're thankful that you found us as well. We're thankful that we could actually share this with you, share our passion with you. It's like something we actually like to do, right? I mean, and this is not just like the fake YouTube of like, I got to follow your passion. This is like, we dig it. Like, this is fun. I love it. I could talk to you guys. See my own self in the corner there. It's kind of weird. This is great. All right. Renee says, I can't wait to make the meatballs again with the heart. Hunting season next week. Hopefully we will be harvesting some venison. Right on. Yes. Beef heart meatballs are, as the kids say, my jam, which is not to be confused with the 3 berry jam that Jessica was just talking about, which is going to be a recipe in the Ultimate Guide to Low Carb Baking, which will not be on Amazon, says None Ya Business, who's joking, says JKF Bezos. Yeah, Bezos, you slimy, snaky, greedy guy. Kevin Jones says, now I have a craving for pemmican. Isn't that crazy how your cravings change? We were just talking about pemmican earlier. I want pemmican too. We haven't had it in months. Now there is Jessica's famous pemmican recipe is actually in the Ketogenic Edge cookbook, which is available right now. That's not the book coming out next week. This is a book that's already been out for a while. All right, I'm scrolling up. I missed so many comments. All right, everybody. Steve Fox says, vodka for a Friday night chill. If that's your thing, do it, my friend. I'm not so into the drinking these days. Imagine, look how I am sober. Imagine me drunk. No, I'm a fun drunk until I get violent. No, just kidding. Vic Ball says, I got a question about spirulina. I know it's a vegan food, but would you recommend it as a main protein source for a keto diet? Not as a main protein source, no, because how are you going to get 100 grams of protein from spirulina? You can eat a pound of it a day. Spirulina is a fantastic food in general, though. What's that?
It's so timely.
Did she
My
just put
drink-
spirulina
I
in something?
did.
All right.
I just made this hot
Whoa.
chocolate drink with some really nice pure cacao, spirulina, a tiny little pinch of salt, and then I added this sugar-free syrup.
Which you made.
I made, and it's in the book that we just announced,
All
our
right.
baking book.
Bam. So that's a sugar-free syrup that she added to here. It just uses
timing.
it uses Lakanto, right?
Yeah.
Is it the golden Lakanto?
This is actually a mix of golden and classic.
Which both taste like kind of the same-ish. The golden has a little bit more of a caramel flavor.
Yeah, it does.
Which is really good. So Lakanto, for those of you who don't know, Lakanto is essentially just erythritol, which is a natural sugar alcohol that's found in the human body, and the extract of a fruit called monk fruit. And wait, what's the ingredient to that again? Is there broth in there? You gotta stir it. All your spirulina went to the bottom.
Oh, there it is.
All right, check it out. The spirulina is at the bottom there. See that green stuff? That's a spirulina. So she made chocolate, hot chocolate with spirulina, sweetened it with the Lakanto. And again, for those of you, this is the first time we've ever done like a coupon code with another company.
Yes, it is. We're very picky.
Wow,
with who
we're super freaking picky.
With.
You see us promoting any products out there in the past? No. But anyways, if you want to try out Lakanto, go to lakanto.com, Lakanto, Lakanto.com. Use the coupon code Primal Edge Health, one word. And this is hot chocolate with spirulina for the person asking about spirulina. We love it. It's a blue-green algae. It's highly mineral dense, loaded with chlorophyll, all kinds of essential. It's got all the essential amino acids, B vitamins. It's really, really high quality food. And actually you can get kids to like it a lot. Like there's ways you can make like spirulina crunchy type chip things, which and there's ways you can add it to other recipes. Like
Ariana likes it with honey and yogurt.
honey, yogurt, and spirulina can never go wrong. Or just straight up yogurt and spirulina are really good for kids. Yeah. I like to actually, I'm a weirdo.
You are.
I like to put it on like eggs. Like I'll have it with my eggs. Like I'll have eggs with meatballs, and I'll take spirulina, and I'll take coconut oil and butter, and I'll put the butter and oil and coconut oil, and I'll put the spirulina in there. Chlorella is another algae that can be a little more expensive than spirulina, but I love the taste of chlorella. Both of these bind to heavy metals and toxins, help pull them out of the body, so they help to protect us from a lot of the environmental toxins that we're exposed to, all the aluminum, the mercury. Shoot, I mean, they're putting mercury fillings in people's mouths for the last several decades. Why are they doing that? I don't know. But
I like spirulina and cauliflower rice with extra coconut oil.
Here, I don't know if
That's
I can see you. Spirulina and cauliflower rice, that's legit. So yeah, you can check out lakanto.com, use the coupon code Primal Edge Health, and you'll get a whopping 20% off. That's ridiculous. We're gonna have to buy some too. Let's see what else is going on. Steve Fox says, Tristan, do you ever drink alcohol? Yeah. I mean, like not maybe in like 2 years. Last time I had alcohol, I'm trying to remember having.
Was it my birthday?
2 years ago, we had some beer. Jessica's birthday. I got really sick. I don't know. We ate at this restaurant, and I don't know. There's a locally brewed beer from some guy. I don't know what was in it. It tasted all right. One of them tasted kind of funny. I felt horrible for the next day. I think I was sick for like a week after that, but not because like alcohol makes me sick or whatever. It was just like it got funky home brewed stuff that I didn't like.
But we can go out and be in social situations. I mean, how would you feel if people are drinking around you?
Tell them to stop now. No, I mean, I'm around people who drink all the time. You just sit there and chew on my teeth when they do it. No, no. I mean, it's like I go out, and for a long time, I kind of cut back on drinking. I mean, even in college, like there were times when I stopped drinking for a while. I'd still go out sometimes, but I mean, when you stop drinking, you go to some of these social functions that you used to go to, and you start to realize like what people are really doing in them, and it's just like, I don't want to be around this anymore. This isn't conducive to like what I want. I mean, that's my college experience, right? So I stopped going to parties and bars and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. It makes me want to have a drink just to contradict myself, right? I don't not drink. I just don't really drink. Brian Street says Primal Edge cookbook sounds badass. Yeah, the new cookbook is gonna be badass, and we've already seen it. No one else has seen it except a few friends of ours. The cookbook that's already been out is freaking badass. Donna Kempson says, I'm grateful for your cookbook. Amazing work, guys. You can tell you put your heart and soul into it. Thank you for putting such an awesome resource out there. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're the best audience, right?
And
look at all these like real names too. I mean, not to bash people who have fake names on YouTube, but all these real names. There's no like nonsense. They get very few trolls here. Kick ass keto. We're doing well. Thank you very much. Jessica and I didn't have the best night of sleep. I got more sleep than she did. She was up since like 3 with a screaming, teething boy, drooling and his snotty, teething nose. And I woke up at 3 o'clock to the screaming, and I don't know. I didn't sleep that well either. So we're doing great. Like, we got nothing to complain about. And we're excited because we just finally forced to announce the book's coming out next week. So that means it has to come out Friday.
Oh, it will.
Oh, it will.
It will.
Oh, it will.
We don't have an hour yet, but Friday is the day.
Yeah. Brian Street says, when I drive home, especially this time of year in Virginia, a lot of the times I'll do it with the windows down with no music or radio. Just listen to the car, wind, smell the rain.
That sounds nice.
That's what's up, man.
Oh, yeah, the smell of rain.
You got to, I mean, and also it's nice to hear your car, like to hear like what's going on. Sometimes there's little sounds and stuff that you're like, oh, that's new. You got to listen to that thing. You got to control the situation under the hood. So let's see. All right, Vic Balls. Anyways, main protein source on keto is spirulina. Nah, but like a protein source, sure. I look at it more like a micronutrient source, like a source of mineral-rich micro. It's great. I look at it kind of like this word is so hokey. It's so overdone, but like a superfood. Janae says, if the body uses protein and glucose when it needs it, then what happens when we overeat proteins? It seems like it would turn the protein into sugar. It seems like, why does it seem like that? Have you studied human metabolism? You ever opened a biology book? No, that's not how it works. If you watch gurus on YouTube, want to freak you out about everything, you don't understand the process of ketosis, don't understand its tightly controlled mechanism, gluconeogenesis, and all the studies done on gluconeogenesis show that even when you inject straight amino acid substrates that are gluconeogenic substrate, inject that straight into someone's blood, it doesn't increase the rate of gluconeogenesis. Gluconeogenesis is on a needed basis. You don't convert protein to glucose unless you need to. There's something called glucagon. You want to look up the function of glucagon in relation to insulin and deepen your understanding of what's going on in human metabolism. Don't just take these freak out gurus' word for stuff. Don't just take my word for it. Go study human metabolism, the studies on diabetics and gluconeogenesis, and how it is a substrate-driven process, not a demand-driven process. Jessica is about to mount her computer and start editing the video. She's like a magnet. She just has to. She's so hardworking. All right, Tony Villa Gomez, his first time watching with my wife. She's wondering again if you know any type of foods that help with candida or ways to treat it. It's something she dealt with for years. There's no magic food that you can eat to kill all the candida. It's about balance. Tell your wife not to freak out. She's going to be okay. It's a long process, and it's about balancing the gut microbiome. I can totally relate because I've had systemic candida issues as a kid too, chronic allergy infections, sinus infections, asthma. My brother and sister had tubes in their ears because of chronic sinus infections and ear infections. I mean, I had really bad candida, and it's something that takes years to get rid of and years to balance out. Certain foods that don't feed candida exist. You want to eat a low sugar diet, of course, in my opinion. I'm not a doctor, not here to give medical advice, blah, 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 blah. You have to go to your sanctioned medical professional for that. Bow to them, prostrate before everything they say, and they will give you drugs that will fix everything. But I'm not one of those guys, so I can't give advice on medical stuff. But low sugar diet, cutting out foods that flare up your symptoms, of course, and rebuilding the gut microbiome and replacing that negative bacteria and fungus with good stuff. So you might want to check out I did talk with Grace Liu the other day. She actually sent me an awesome probiotic blend, which is really potent. And, while you're pruning down on the candida, you can use certain botanicals and certain things. I mean, there's lots of antifungals out there, lots of natural antifungals. Coconut oil is one of them. Coconut oil is medium chain triglycerides, especially caprylic acid, which is highly antifungal. You can get pure caprylic acid. You could use that as an oil. But it takes time, takes patience, and stress will exacerbate it. right? And stress will make your symptoms flare up. It's just stress ruins the immune system. Candida will take over where the beneficial bacteria are missing. So you want to replace them, you want to prune back, and you want to rebuild that gut. It takes time, it takes patience, it takes love and energy, and you just got to de-stress too. Pull that stress out. Kick-Ass Keto says we're together. We're here together. She's concerning Kick-Ass Keto with her friend earlier. She gained weight from methadone and trying to lose it. She's doing great. More healthy relationship with food and actually eating and losing weight in a healthy way. Oh, okay. She said she was afraid of gaining weight. Yeah, so she gained weight from methadone, and now she's losing weight. There you go. The same principles apply. You just inverse it. You invert it. I'm not using food to opiate myself and numb myself out. Just like I'm not afraid to eat the food. It's like I'm using this food to nourish me. And every single meal I eat, it's getting me closer to my goal. It's one moment at a time, one day at a time, one meal at a time. All right. Sean Kelly, for those of us that have cold winters, what's a good way to get our vitamin D other than orally? Know of any other whole good vitamins? All right. I don't usually recommend supplementing vitamin D, but it can be applicable. But there's a lot of different caveats to it. When you take it, why you take it, how much you take it. You don't want to take it long term. It's a hormone that your body wants. You want your body to produce. You can still create it in the winter if you get outside in the sun. Much less of it. But you can also eat certain foods like sardines, cod liver oil, stuff like that, high in vitamin D. But you can make enough vitamin D in the summer where your liver will have proper vitamin D levels stored and your body can store it. So make as much as you can when you can make it. And in the winter, we get into deep ketosis. That helps to lower blood glucose, to keep blood glucose stable, lower inflammation, which vitamin D is also associated with lower inflammation. So ketosis in the winter months is a great strategy for maintaining homeostasis and balance. Kevin Jones says, congrats on the new book. Thank you so much. Brian Street says, new book, woot. Tanya Johnson says, hi, I love your videos and your simplistic approach to keto. I want to start a keto diet to lose weight. I am so confused as to how to get started. What is a simple way to figure macros? 0.8 grams per pound of your lean body mass in protein. Carbohydrates, 20 to 30 net carbs maximum. In the beginning, maybe stay a little tighter, like 30 grams total carbs, but then 20, 30 net grams. Also, fat is your energy source. So you want to be at about maintenance when you start out. Say your maintenance would be at about, I don't know, maybe like 150 grams to start. You want to be at a comfortable level of fat to where you're not starving. You're not hungry for energy, but also not shoving down as much fat as you can, right? So yeah, fat is your energy source. You adjust that according to your goals. More fat on the plate means you do not burn as much body fat. Less fat on the plate means you burn more body fat. In the beginning, you don't want to force your body to burn a bunch of body fat, so eat more fats. I don't know. For you, I don't know how big you are, what your exact macros would be, but that's the formula right there. 0.8 grams per pound of lean body mass and protein, 20, 30 grams net carb maximum, and fat as an energy source to create a deficit, maintenance, or a surplus. Save you a lot of time there. All right. Ollie Ewan says 350 G's protein and 250 G fat equals ketosis. I think that equals butt blosis. That equals butt explosives, not ketosis. 350 grams of protein. Yeah, like for my Jessica's lashes for our entire family. Tony Villa Gomez, congratulations on the new cookbook. Can't wait to read it. Renee says, I'm grateful for Jessica's cookbook. Use it every day. That's not crazy. We still use it every day too. Like, I mean, I eat meatballs every day almost this week. Actually, no, this morning I just had ground meat with eggs, spirulina and chlorella, and some different fats on it. And I actually had sardines too. I had a big ass breakfast. I haven't eaten since. All right, what's going on, guys? Finding Emily. I'm so happy. I'm so hoping my kids will finally eat some healthy foods with your baking recipes. My 4- and 6-year-olds' meal times make me want to lose the will to live. Oh, Emily. You gotta be careful with what we say, even when we're joking sometimes, right? All right. You'll be all right. Your kids will love it. Do you have the Ketogenic Edge cookbook? Have you tried feeding them just like keeping around nutrient-dense food, giving them foods like liver, pate? Loves liver. Beef hearted, like really, really good. Really good. If you ever feel like doing cooking videos like pemmican would be great to watch. Yeah. And it's like we don't have like a professional, like we don't buy, I don't want to put lights in our house. You know what I'm saying? It's like when we do cooking videos, it's got to be like natural light because we're not going to put up equipment in here because this is our home, not a freaking fake studio. But yeah, we'll definitely make some cooking videos. The pemmican recipe is on the website as a preview for the cookbook, Ketogenic Edge Cookbook, a training manual for low-carb, ketogenic, paleo cuisine. On the blog, on the website, primaledgehealth.com, there's also a recipe of pemmican with organ meats. But in the cookbook, we teach you how to render tallow, how to make the tallow, and how to make this pemmican. And it's really easy. It takes a couple hours to finish, but you can make like 2 months worth of food. Actually, a friend of mine, former client of mine, went on like a 20-something day sheep hunting adventure, brought a bunch of pemmican. It was like his main food. He said it was the greatest trip he's ever had. He said as far as a travel food for hiking, for backpacking, it was just incredible that keto allowed him to carry so much more caloric load and make it smaller and lighter. So he was able to carry way less food rather than all his friends who were doing all the high carb, normal crappy camping foods. He brought peanut butter and stuff too. They're just nutrient dense foods. He brought pemmican, peanut butter. I think he brought some coconut oil with him. Deborah Fiore says, saw some great pics on your Instagram that you wrote will be in the new cooking book. So really looking forward to it. Yeah, do you see that berry pie? I know I did. Did you see the those chocolate cupcake things? Trigger warning. All right, Faith says, I lost 16 kilos in 60 days. Last month, I went ketosis, lost another 6 kilos. I don't starve. Actually, quite a lot. Is that too fast weight loss? No way. Is it too fast? I don't know. I would say no. I mean, if you lost 16 kilos in 60 days, feeling good. Is it too fast? No, don't look for problems. Let's not look for stumbling blocks. Let's look at, hey, I lost 16 kilos. I feel amazing. Look for more awesomeness. Look out for more of the blessings that life is putting before you. Enjoy it. Yes, you can do keto without a gallbladder, Kyle Munns, and you're right, ox bile. Islam Omar says, coupon code, Primal Edge Health, one word. Thank you, my friend. See, my audience is better at actually marketing than we are. Our audience markets for us. I think Islam sent us an email the other day. Thanks for that email, man. If that was you. So yeah, that's the coupon code for Lakanto. You get a 20% discount on it. I'm about to get some today too. Conspirulina act as a mild stimulant. I have not heard that, but I don't know. I mean, sometimes you get a bunch of B vitamins can make people feel stimulated. So you're suddenly absorbing certain vitamins, minerals. That green pigment, man, that chlorophyll in there is like opens up your eyes. Vessels acts like very much like magnesium in the body. Very, very important. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe it could act like a mild stimulant, but it'd probably feel more like an adaptogen than a stimulant. I know you're not too big of a coffee guy. What about yerba mate? I like coffee. I just don't drink it all the time. Yerba mate, great. If you like it. If you like coffee, great too. Oh, good. Does cortisol from stress cause the body to break down sugar? Cortisol, great question, Janae. Cortisol from stress causes the body to break down our tissues, not sugar. Break down muscle tissue and break down other tissues. Also to store fat around the abdominal area. Filtered water or tap water? Are you joking? Filtered water. Spring water. Tap water. What's in the tap water? Rat poison. Sodium fluoride. Look at this rat poison. Decreases IQ levels in children according to Harvard studies. Decreases IQ levels. A dielectric blocker that blocks electrical signal in the brain. Also causes dental fluorosis. Sodium fluoride is a neurotoxic poison that gets put in the water, as well as chlorine, which is going to sterilize microbiome, which fluoride does as well. And there's all kinds of pharmaceuticals and birth control hormones also in tap water. Please filter it. Sarah Abraham, shalom from Israel. Shalom, Sarah. Jortha Van Dyke says hello from the Netherlands and Belgium. Good to see you. Yeah, right on. She says nice to see you, Jessica. Any thoughts on ingesting bentonite clay for detox? Bentonite clay is an amazing thing. There's a lot of the clinoptilolite clays, zeolite clays, bentonite clays. These things can definitely have a place. They can help to bind heavy metals, and they can help to coat the gastrointestinal tract. There can be many benefits to things like bentonite clay. But there's a time and a place for everything. None of your business is your name. Fabian Consiglio. When and how did you learn about keto? Learned about keto like 4+ years ago. Learned about it because I was doing intermittent fasting. Actually, no, I learned about it because we got really into high-fat nutrition. So we were doing like a high-fat diet, very, very low carb. Then I started doing intermittent fasting, felt even better. But then when I would eat, I would usually end up including some like plantains, or I'd have like some raw milk, and I ended up kind of having a crash. One thing led to another. I ended up learning a little bit more and more about high-fat nutrition and how ketosis could be maintained long-term, and that even when you can still maintain that stable blood sugar and keep pushing through. So, yeah, that's how I learned about it. Just trial and error through the years, you know. I mean, I've tried vegan diets, I've done everything to try to optimize the vessel here to make my body work right and to reduce some of the chronic pain that I was in at the time. The ketogenic diet was a powerful tool for all of that. Let's see. Thinking of trying keto. Once adapted, how's your endurance? There are many long-distance runners who've used a ketogenic diet, but remember, it takes time. So it takes time to adapt. Give yourself some time. In the first few months, you're not going to be running ultra marathons. It takes time. All right. Janine says, I just bought the cookbook. It was on sale. Only $20. Right on, Janine. Mohammed. Hey, Brian. You're talking to someone else. Keto flu even 2 months after adapted. What is keto flu? I mean, 2 months. You're not adapted if you have keto flu, man. Something's going on there. You say you're taking enough sodium and magnesium and potassium. I don't know. Maybe you're just under chronic stress situation. Maybe your body's not handling it right. Maybe it's not for you, man. I mean, 2 months in, you're not feeling good. Something's off. Don't know what you're doing, but I hope you figure it out, my friend. Electrolytes. Perhaps consider adding some more carbohydrates and see if you feel better. You know? Donna from Northern Ireland. Watch all your videos. Been doing keto 16 months. Amazing how it's helped depression, anxiety, etc. Getting the cookbook. Right on. Yeah, the new one's going to come out next week. That's the Ultimate Guide to Low Carb Baking. That's kind of more an advanced book. Not sure if I'd recommend that to beginners. Actually, most beginners who are just starting a ketogenic diet, you'd be better off getting the Ketogenic Edge cookbook, learning how to prepare nutrient-dense whole food meals to make staples, right? You don't want to make a staple out of like keto baked goods all the time. Keto brownies every day, don't want to do that. Unless you can really handle it well and not go overboard on it. All right. Have trouble sleeping through the night on keto, waking up between 1:30 to 3, find it hard to fall back asleep. Any advice? You got to lower stress. It's probably, all right, so there's so many ways that the circadian rhythm can be disrupted, but the number one thing you're going to have to focus on is when you're exposed to light. Wake up in the morning, go outside in the sunlight, that raw sun on your bare skin, your bare eyes. Use that sunlight like a drug. Bathe yourself in it throughout the day. Avoid artificial light at night. Don't work out at night, and eat at least 4 hours before you go to bed, and make sure you're getting enough magnesium. Magnesium, sodium, and potassium. That could be it right there. But your circadian rhythm is disrupted. Many things can do that, especially artificial light at the wrong time. And, I mean, you could have just inverted like a kind of a messed up cortisol cycle where your body starts making cortisol for no reason. Or not for no reason. The body's very intelligent and knows exactly what it's doing. We just don't always interpret it correctly. Barnana Boy says, thinking of trying keto. Oh, right on. Yeah, he's got a physical job, wondering if endurance will be affected. I know loads of people who do physical labor and transition to a ketogenic diet, no problem. If you're talking about like ultra marathons, then yeah, you got to put in a lot of time. But yeah, you'll be good. You'll be all right. Cat C says, so excited for the baked goods cookbook. Yeah, I think everyone is. What's wrong with working out at night? You're raising your cortisol, you're raising adrenaline and stress hormones, which keep you awake. Work out before 4 o'clock if you're trying to get to sleep at night and having trouble sleeping. Kat says, hey, Haggards. Hey, Kat. Thanks for joining. I think I'm going to start wrapping this up. It's been a long week. It's Friday, guys. You guys have a good weekend? What are you guys going to spend your weekend doing? Hopefully you're not going to spend your weekend on Facebook. Stay off the social media. Stay away from the TV. Go outside, guys. Ronald Whitman said, stop watching TV and staring at the phone 2 hours before sleep. How about stop watching TV and stop watching TV, period, and stop staring at the phone right when the sun goes down to optimize. But yeah, we do what's possible. We don't always do what's optimal. Can a keto lifestyle cause cortisol to be lower in the morning when you wake up? If not, what's the ideal breakfast to lower levels? The ideal breakfast, the lower cortisol levels, any calories. Food drops cortisol. Proteins and fats on keto, that's what's up. Timothy Peisch, is stevia a problem? Maybe too much of a bad thing. Stevia is not a problem, in my opinion, for most people. It's just like sometimes sweet taste can make people eat more of stuff. I don't like how stevia feels in my stomach or feels in my mouth. As far as like a sweetener to use on keto, I prefer Lakanto, Lakanto. That's one we use in the Ultimate Guide to Low Carb Baking, and that's when we got the discount code that we just recommended. Go to lakanto.com, Lakanto, 20% off discount using Primal Edge Health, all lowercase, as a coupon code. Jessica has something very important to tell you guys.
That's not to make up something important.
You just came and sat next to me and stared at me like you had something to say.
My favorite use for stevia is actually in teas. So if you have a bitter tea like dandelion root or something else that you find bitter, you add a little stevia leaf, and that's a really good one. I was just coming to say goodbye with you.
Okay. Well, let's say goodbye. So we had a big announcement. The Ultimate Guide to Low Carb. I just hold this camera now. The Ultimate Guide to Low Carb Baking is coming out next week, guys. So it's the weekend, almost the weekend. You guys enjoy your weekend. Thanks for joining us. James Cho, what's up, dude? Kennedy Cakes, how's it going? I want to say thanks to Kick-Ass Keto for inspiring me once again. Vanessa Di Matteo, congratulations on taking your life back, taking control of your body and your eating habits. And everybody for joining. Steve Fox, Donnie May, Eslam, Yurtha Van Dyke, Faith, everybody from all around the world. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for enjoying our content, and thanks for sharing it. So we'll see you guys next time. Have a great weekend. The Ultimate Guide to Low Carb Baking is coming next week. All right, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.